There were a lot of things I saw on BookTube this year that created temporary annoyance. There weren't very many things that couldn't be reasoned away, but there was one thing left over that kind of stuck with me, that left me scratching my head, and that was the idea of hashtag canceling authors, or so-and-so author is canceled. This year, many notable authors were brought under fire for questionable ethical and moral behavior. This prompted some continued conversation about separating art from the artist, whether it's possible to do that, and what the potential consequences of that are. And with that brought a slew of people calling for the cancellation of authors. And while I'm aware that hashtag cancel author or hashtag said author is canceled is a figure of speech, I do have to question what the intention behind that sentiment is. Are we calling for the erasure of certain authors' contributions and significance to the literary world? Asking questions and debating whether or not you can divorce art from the artist is, to me, a very fascinating conversation. I think that it can yield some very valid points and encourage people to examine their own preconceived notions about that topic. And I think that those conversations ask more questions than they have answers for. However, canceling an author seems reactionary and doesn't really leave a whole lot of room for debate and discussion. It asks for the prompt removal of an artist and their contributions without considering that, one, there might be some gray area and some more nuanced opinions than are being talked about, or that the work still might have some value even if the artist themselves is not considered valuable to that person. The decision to consume art produced by people who have done and said some questionable things is personal and subjective. However, your consumption or your like or your connection to that art doesn't necessarily equate your like, support, or connection to the person who made it. Nor are you bound to that person because of your admiration for their creative contributions, be it writing, sculpting, painting, etc. I would like to believe that most of us know the difference and can invoke logic and reason when coming to those decisions. But in the case of canceling an author, I think that that line of thinking may not always win. What was disappointing about seeing people on BookTube hashtag canceling authors was that we are supposed to be a community of people who can think critically and reason with very complicated and nuanced situations. We claim that reading has allowed us to be more empathetic, more accepting, and more reasonable human beings. We analyze and marvel at how we can be on the side of morally gray characters and accept them for their flaws and even admire them sometimes for what they learn from those flaws. Yet that doesn't seem to be a skill that we can carry over very well into real life. By no means am I asking people to attenuate their ethical and moral compass, nor am I asking to ignore what is fundamentally important to you. What I am asking is that we consider examples throughout history where people and societies have practiced artistic erasure in the name of betterment of society or progression of society. What do we stand to gain from that? But more importantly, what do we stand to lose from that? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you think about this topic. I would love to hear some ideas that people have about it, and I will see you very soon. Take care.